Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the 4th season of No Activity. And this is a show that I just binge-watched, but I figured I'd just focus on the most recent season, which came out very recently. And this is a series from creators Trent O'Donnell and Patrick Brammall, who Brammall also plays Detective Cullen in the show. And this is from Funny or Die, so like Adam McKay and Will Ferrell involved. Will Ferrell popped up in the first season of the show. And it focuses on Cullen and Torval, who are two cops who are on like stakeouts and stuff like that, and weird stuff happens with them. And then they have Fatima and Janice, who are off in dispatch, and some other supporting characters throughout. Like Bob Odenkirk keeps popping up throughout the seasons, J.K. Simmons, Jason Mantzoukas. And you have all of these characters involved. What was interesting, the first 3 seasons are live-action comedies, 8 episodes apiece, probably like, I don't know, 23 to 28, 29 minutes apiece. Things shift in this most recent season, it's all animated. And it's kind of like a bit jumpy kind of animation. It's an interesting choice, and I wonder why they make this decision. Could COVID have been a piece of it? Like, not trying to bring all the actors together, trying to shoot the show, and maybe making it just easier to do animation and do their voiceovers. I don't know, but it was an interesting choice. And each of the episodes are shorter. Like, some of these episodes were like 18 to 22 minutes. But it still captured the crazy, zany, ridiculous humor of the first 3 seasons, because this show is all about shock value and stupidity and pulling the rug out from under you, and these crazy connections between all the characters through all these interwoven stories. And this season focuses on a cult. And you have Will Forte, who's a teacher who winds up running away with his student, his now wife, played by Samara Weaving, and they wind up at this cult off in the woods, and their relationship is rattled. And then you have Cullen, who's in the FBI now, and he's put on this mission. Allison Pill, I think, comes in as this one, like, TFA operative, and the two of them have to work together. And crazy stuff ensues, because that's basically the show. Crazy stuff always ensues. And, like, part of this cult, you have Kevin Bacon and all these crazy things here, but it's Jillian Bell, that's who played Roselli, and you have all this craziness going out. Dolbeck, he has some shocking beginnings at this season, and his new young partner dies, and then he's under investigation. You have all these storylines going on, and then I think the big one is Cullen now in the FBI, trying to make a name for himself with this particular job, this mission, this case, and him trying to take down this cult. And Tolbeck gets brought in, and Mantzoukas is obviously there because he's in the FBI. And you have all these different kinds of things. You keep cutting back to Will Forte and Samara Weaving's story as their fracturing relationship happens. And Will Forte is doing his Will Forte thing, his offbeat comedy. Samara Weaving's actually really interesting in this show, and she has a lot more layers than you originally think. And then you have Sunita and Amy Sedaris, who are 2 dispatchers, Fatima and Janice. And this season they don't get as much to do, but they always pop up and are fun to be there. I feel like this season really focused on Cullen a lot more than some of the other recurring characters throughout the first 3 seasons. One of the most interesting episodes was a whole one that was like they were filming a police documentary, and it was Werner Herzog basically, and you have like, the Werner Herzog narration, and over the course of the whole entire documentary, and things get crazy as there's mysteries going on and threads being pulled. And one of the highlights is always Mantzoukas, because he's just so out there. And he's kind of like Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine in this. He is on the edge, doing crazy stuff, and He's just a lot of fun, and this was an entertaining, crazy ride that has a lot of the things that you love about the first three seasons of No Activity, which I really enjoyed this series a lot, and I'm so glad that I caught up on it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they get a 5th season. But this show's a lot of fun, and this cult storyline, because each season has a main storyline, and this cult one's a lot of fun, and they make the most of it. And the animation gave them some more creative liberties with some of the things that they're able to do. It gets crazy gory at some points, and drugs happen. But those are my thoughts on Season 4 of No Activity, which is on Paramount+. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.